I changed this to be more than one part because the one I was going to plan for today, you died in it. Let's just say that, and it was not a happy ending. But anyways, this is going to be a multi-part. I don't know how many parts. But anyways, here is Bakugo Katsuki, part 1. Yin and Bakugo have been friends almost for their whole lives. She first met in middle school. At first, he treated her the same way he treated Midoriya and everyone else, until one day she got sick of it and put him in his place. Surprisingly, Bakugo did not lash out at Yin or beat her up like he would usually do. Instead, he gave her a surprised look, muttered an apology, and walked away. After a few weeks after that happened, Yin and Bakugo apologized and offered to walk him home. He surprised her again by allowing her to walk home with him. After that, Yin and Bakugo got closer, and by closer, then meant walking home and each other hanging out from time to time. Although Bakugo would still say hateful things to Yin and bully her from time to time, it wasn't as bad as it was before she stood up for herself. And sometimes Bakugo would even stand up for Yin when other people were messing with her. That surprised the hair-colored girl that most, and still does, most people, especially Midoriya, didn't get how Yin was kind of friends with the angry blonde. Seeing her personality is completely opposite of Bakugo's, she were kind-hearted and innocent. And although Bakugo can be sentimental at sometimes, he still comes off as rude. Present day. I eagerly awaited a letter from UA. I had taken the entrance exam 2 days prior, and it should be coming in today. And I am really excited. Not only was UA my dream school, but I'd get to go to the same school with Bakugo again. I'm certain that he'll be able to get in. I mean, it's Bakugo after all. I was sitting at my desk drawing when I heard a knock at my bedroom door. Yin, you got a letter. I jumped up and swung open my door. Thanks, Mom. I ran back to my desk and carefully opened the letter. I got in. I started in 2 days and I get my uniform tomorrow. So I'm so excited. I took a shower and went to bed excited for the few next days. There I stood in front of UA. I was so nervous, and all my confidence I built up over the past few days was gone in an instant. I thankfully got into the hero chorus, but now I was realizing how hard it's going to be. I slowly started to walk up to school until I saw Bakugo. I ran up to him and called out his name. Bakugo! He turned around and I could see him flush a little smile for a second before waving at me. Hey, Yin, do you want to come hang out at my house for a bit? I heard Midoriya say. Oh, sure. I was excited to spend time with him again. Back in middle school, I was also friends with him. He'd always watch All Might videos and talk about pro heroes' quirks. I was always surprised at how much he knew, but I expect as much from him. Yin, how did you get to be such good friends with Kachan? Midoriya asked. Oh, I don't really know. He probably just gave up on trying to get rid of me, I said, looking up at the sky. I'm not complaining, though. I don't know what my life would have been like if I hadn't gone close to him. I look over to Midoriya, who looks like he's lost in thought. You must really like him, he says, as I am a little confused. Of course I do. He's my friend, after all, and I'm sure he thinks of you as a friend, too, but he's just not as good at expressing it. He nods, and as he walks up to the door, me and Midoriya decide to hang out in his room and watch All Might videos. Well, he was almost watching them as I draw, only paying attention to half the time. What are you drawing? Midoriya asks, leaning back to look at my sketchbook. Bakugo, I say calmly, turning the book so he can see it better. That's really good, Yin. I smile as I watch him admire it for a bit. Thank you, I say as he goes back to his computer and exiting off of it. Hey, Yin, how do you feel about Kachan? Midoriya says out of the blue. I feel my face start to heat up at the question, how do I feel about him? I've never really thought about it much. I always thought that I'd only like him as a friend, but now that I'm thinking about it, I always find myself thinking about him. I don't know. I guess I might have a little crush on him, I muttered, lost in thought. It's getting late. Would you like me to walk you home? He asked, snapping out of my thoughts. Oh, no, don't worry about it. I live pretty close to here, and I need to stop by the store. Thanks for the offer, though. I pack up my things and walk out of Midoriya's household. I'm home. I walk to an empty house, slipping off my shoes and walking to the kitchen. As I walk up to the refrigerator, I see a note, and it reads, Yin, me and your father are going on a business trip for a few days. We left some dinner in the fridge for you. Love you. I opened up the fridge and pulled out a plate of food and tossed it in the microwave. After I ate, I go upstairs and take a shower. Whew. Hey Yin, want to have lunch with us? I hear Kirishima ask. I nodded and sit next to Bakugo. Hey Bakugo, I say, and he mutters a hey back before shuffling his face again. Me and Carrie talk about a lot of different things. Mainly just trying to get to know each other better, while Bakugo is ignoring us. Hey, do you guys want to hang out at the park? I heard there's going to be a fireworks show tonight. Sure, Bakugo says. Sorry, but I won't be able to make it today, Kirishima apologizes. Don't worry about it, Carrie, I say, flashing him a smile. So how does 5:30 sound, Bakugo? It's fine. I'll pick you up. Oh, sorry, it's just the listener is supposed to be like really high in energy, so that's why I'm like speaking really fast. So, but anyways, I was standing in front of my bed and with some clothes laid out, trying to figure out what to wear. God, why am I even trying to impress him? I say while rubbing my head. I decided to wear. You pick what you're wearing. I go into my bathroom and do my makeup with my favorite colored eyeshadow and a little bit of blush on my cheeks and nose and red lipstick. When I finish my makeup, I hear a knock on the door. Before I walked out, I put a flower hair clip in my hair and grabbed my phone. I opened the front door and I greeted him. I'm greeted my back of a loud blonde. Hey Bakugo, I say cheerfully, you look nice. And you can pick what he's wearing. I don't really care. Thanks, you do too, he says, turning around to face me with a slight blush on his face. Well, let's go, I say as I lock my door. The two teens walk down the street on their way to the fireworks show. They were talking about a lot of different things to pass the time.